Webflow e-commerce website tutorial 2024. Hello guys and welcome back to today's video. And in today's video, we will be exploring and showing you guys how Webflow works. So as you can see right now on our screen, we're currently logged into our Webflow account. And so we're going to be exploring and showing you guys how to be able to use Webflow and how you will be able to create your website. So in Webflow, they have multiple features actually, aside from creating the website itself. There's a lot of backend and front-end development involved with creating your website, and Webflow is able to provide you with everything you need to set both sides up. So you are able to set up your front end and the back end at the same time. There are some general things that you need to know, such as billings and plans, but we're not going to tackle that right now. We're simply going to focus on creating our first website. So I have some starter website that I made over here, but let's go and create it from scratch by clicking on new site over here on the top right, like that. And over here, this is basically our workplace. It's already giving us two options right off the bat. We either start from a blank site, where we build a custom site from scratch, or we start with a template. People who are more versed or who already know how to use Webflow very easily tend to use the blank site even more, or tend to use the blank site because they have more freedom and they are able to build their website from scratch through the idea that they have. But if you're a beginner, I would suggest you start with a template. But if you're going to explore, if you're trying to explore the different features of Webflow, you could do it with blank site. But let's go with template for now. Start with a design. Following a template is really great. It will save you a lot of time to build your website. And as you can see, these are the different templates that we have. Each templates differ in prices and differ in topic and different in name. There are free templates. There are templates that cost $30, $50, $80, even more than $100, and you could choose any of these options. If you're willing to pay for a template, you could go and do so. And if you want to settle with free templates, there are really great ones that are free as well. So for example, we have Velocity over here, but this one, it would ask us, or it's asking us to upgrade our plan. There are still certain things that you won't be able to use, as you can see here, because it's asking us to upgrade our plan. But for the upgrade plan, actually, it's just showing me this option because I think I have created the maximum amount of unhosted website. As you can see, for the starters, there's two, but most of the free options that we shown you earlier, you will be able to use that. But because I have two unhosted website already, I can't create that blank one. So let's just use one of this one. So this one is my second one. Let's open it in our designer. If you're going to ask me what is Webflow similar to, it is actually very similar to Figma. If you're familiar with that platform, which is also a really amazing platform to create designs, websites, mockups, all sorts of things. But in Webflow, it's actually a bit more complicated. Figma is as complicated, yes, but it is more beginner-friendly compared to Webflow. And in Webflow, it's not that beginner-friendly. Why? Because there's a lot of things on your screen. Aside from our obvious website over here, where you will be able to see and modify each element, as you can see here. For example, the heading, I could select this and I could modify the text, the style, the settings, the interaction, all sorts of things that you want. And I could also modify and move it. You could see it over here on the left side, this side over here, look on the right side, so that when I drag it, it's actually going to allow me to move it into different containers, which is, as you can see, going to change, of course, the location. All of this are inside of containers. Every element over here are inside something. It is designed that way to maintain a strict design. But if you're starting from scratch, you will be able to have, or you will be able to drag and drop it wherever you want until you set up the different settings. Over here on the right side, you will be able to set or see the settings, styles, and interactions of anything that you select on your website. From the settings, as you can see, I could change the text, add attributes, see the ID, check the styles, as you can see here, set the styles and interaction. The IDs and styles are very important in a website, so especially the ID, because that would allow you to differentiate and identify that specific element that you want to modify. You can add different elements by clicking on add elements over here on the top left side, or clicking on the letter A. And over here you can see all sorts of elements that you could add. You have sections, containers, quick stack, VFlex is basically a vertical container, and an HFlex, which is basically a horizontal container. You have your basics, you have your div block, list item, link block, button, and many more. These are all amazing features that could make your website really great. You can create all sorts of websites that you want. It all depends on you. And one of the things that you can set up is actually an e-commerce platform. By taking advantage and utilizing all sorts of elements over here, you will be able to create your very own e-commerce platform with your Webflow as well. There's a lot of setup needed for that, of course, and you can find all of those in all of these options over here. You can also check out components, variables, style selections. Most of this that you're seeing right now are for designs. You have your CMS, you have your logic, users. There's a lot of things that you could modify and change here. And there's also apps over here. So if you search in apps, e-commerce, as you can see, you could have additional applications that you can install that would improve or help make your website and turn it into a fully fledged e-commerce platform. Of course, before you could set or do or make it into an e-commerce platform, you're going to have to set up all of your design first. It's going to be a very complicated process, and exploring it is going to be a tedious task. But as you can see, there's an e-commerce option over here. Simply select that and simply select or enable the different information. Enabling e-commerce will create e-commerce collections and all of those things. So simply click on let's do it, and it will basically guide you on the different things that you need to do to turn your website into an e-commerce. So you have all of these guides, you have steps like the business address, review currency, all of those things. Those are very easy to follow, so you will be able to set it up very easily. But I suggest, of course, that you build your website first and then set up your e-commerce so that things are going to be very smooth. So that's basically it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.